On this edition of Wolf Tracks, it's death-defying fun with BMX. Find out why they're taking these crazy risks. It looks like a mini car race, but it's a learning experience. Come along to a junior high CO2 car race. And controversy in the SK parking lot. To tow or not to tow, the answer's coming up.
Hello and welcome to South Kitsap High School's Wolf Tracks. We'll be your hosts. I'm Sonny Wilson.
And I'm Dustin Griffith. We're going to start off with a profile on up-and-coming diva Briana Lobbett. I'd say more, but the story says it all. Check it out.
If God has a certain plan, then I trust that He has that plan to work out in a certain way, and if you don't follow it, it's going to mess things up. If I had the opportunity, I think I would, tell them that that could be hurting them and that it's not a good idea.
Briana Lobbett is on her way to another great year here at SK. Other than being a great student, Briana is part of many musical groups here at SK, including Highlighters, a jazz ensemble, and chamber choir. Briana performed in this year's 2000 talent show. She also performed in this year's winter concert with the South Kitsap Chamber Choir.
I've been singing all my life, and as I'm in high school, I started getting into more of the music groups, and I just couldn't live without it. It's just really important to me.
She has the ability of being a professional musician and has chosen to take the path toward Christian music. She believes her mission in life is to be a positive influence in people's lives with her music.
I believe that God wants us to worship Him in everything we do, and a lot of that is by our actions, but a lot of it is also with music. That's a really powerful way to just praise Him and just appreciate Him. And so that's one thing I love, is singing about Him and expressing my love for Him.
Briana is just a junior. Well, hopefully this junior SK has great things ahead for her senior year and whatever career she decides to follow.
That Briana, she's going places.
Speaking of going places, this next story is about that, on a 60-foot track.
It looks like fun, but this isn't just for fun. This is science at work. Students from all three of the South Kitsap junior highs recently participated in a car race competition. These wooden cars became greased lightning when powered by compressed CO2 gas. And learning to design and build them was part of the class work in the junior high tech labs. Students spent 2 weeks working on their cars, even coming in after school to fine-tune them. These cars are capable of traveling close to 100 miles per hour and will fly down a 60-foot track in less than a second. So what are the tricks that separate the winners from the losers?
Just keep it streamlined, try to keep all the nicks and dents out of it.
Aerodynamics of these basically, and how to shape them and which way to go with them and how much to weight.
Weight is another important factor in building. But what's better, a heavier car or a lighter car?
Longer track, like this 60-foot track here, what you want to do is actually have the car lighter so that it accelerates faster over the long run, and a smaller hole is actually punched through the CO2 cylinder's back end, and so it has CO2 gases propelling it the entire length of the track.
And now the big race, the payoff for all that hard work. When the smoke had cleared, the winner was Brandon Seacrest, who moves on to state competition. Having fun while learning, That's what the junior high tech labs are all about. And you can bet there will be a lot more students ready next year to try their luck on the track.
Wow, that was neat.
Yeah, my car doesn't even go 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, it does.
Hey guys, we got a big problem in the video production room. You guys both have second generations on the loose.
What's a second generation?
Second generations are a copy of the original, just a poorer quality.
Jigga, what?
You guys both have evil clones on the loose due to a freak accident in the editing process. Needless to say, they're being real jerks. Check out the surveillance video. You must stop them, my host. Dustin, use the remote.
Shut up! We gotta take a break now. Enjoy some ads.
Hey, Hart, man, I'm telling you, this is getting boring, bro.
You're right, man. Let's make this fun.
Hey, Hart, check it out. Albie! What's up, Albie? What's up, brother?
Hey, man, let me take a whack at this.
Oh, I got an idea. Give me a pitch, Hart. You're up, Gloves.
Well, I don't see him out in the parking lot.
Yeah, at least our cars are still there.
But why are there so many spots empty?
We'll let the next story explain.
Ah, the South Kitsap parking lot, a safe haven for students to park their cars. If they have a parking pass.
We sell more parking passes than there are places, but we monitor the density of the parking lot so that we don't oversell.
You're probably wondering who this man is. Well, his name is Darin Merrill, and he's the parking lot monitor here at South Kitsap.
That I was handing out anywhere between 40 and 60 or 70 tickets for kids without parking passes only. That doesn't include the kids that park in staff, kids that park in fire zones, and so on.
Where are we supposed to park then?
Down by the pool.
No, you know how many people here don't have parking spots?
Like I said, everybody wants my job, and they try to tell me how to do my job because they don't understand my job.
Well, we know what Darin thinks, but how do the students feel?
I think it should be bigger.
I feel the situation, especially since I have late arrival, is kind of unfair because everyone gets here in the morning and I have no place to park.
Sometimes I'll admit I do have to park in a staff spot, but that's only because I get here at a reasonable time and there's not a single spot.
The best thing that I can tell kids to do is ride the bus. It stinks, but it's the only alternative.
But some students don't choose that alternative. They choose to park illegally, and the consequences of that are much worse than you think.
You may outsmart me for part of the time, you may outsmart me for a lot of the time, but you're not going to outsmart me all of the time.
I'll always be waiting, and you should learn you're not going to get away with it. Park where you should be parking, and you'll be good to go.
See, I told you it wasn't physically possible for your car to just disappear.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Can you guess what class's motto is use your hands?
Sign language.
The awareness of the deaf community in the world today is better than it's ever been, but there's still a long way to go. And the Year 3 sign language students are raising awareness one kid at a time. Once a week, these students travel to elementary schools around the area to teach kids sign language and a little bit about deaf culture.
We thought it'd be a great opportunity to let kids be more exposed to deaf culture and sign language.
And we decided we really wanted something where we could encourage people, and especially children in the community, to learn sign language.
But there's a difficult twist to this teaching process. The teachers can't speak. They have to find other methods of communication to get their point across.
We kind of feel like if we have to talk to them, it's kind of like we're letting go of what we're trying to accomplish, which is getting them to pay attention and understand without sound.
Because when they can't hear with their ears, then they have to hear with their eyes. They have to watch us, and the teachers are all amazed when they say, "Wow, I can't believe how quiet the class is."
But it seems the kids always rise to the challenge, and they have fun while they do it.
Yeah, it's fun. I like the games and stuff. They do a good job, I think. I like doing the alphabet and the animals.
Yeah, I think it's cool because we get to learn a whole lot of stuff.
Do you like it when the high school students come and teach you sign language?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about it?
The teaching part.
It's not just the little kids having fun. The big kids are loving it too.
Oh, I love teaching them. It's so much fun. The kids get so involved and active. And
yeah, they learn really fast and they seem to enjoy it, so it's really fun.
Just seeing them signing and understanding everything on their faces light up when they actually understand and they can sign to each other. It makes them really happy.
So not only are these high school students teaching these kids a new language, they're also helping them learn to appreciate what they have and what others don't.
Dude, those evil clones are fast. I wish we had some bikes.
I wonder what that comment was supposed to instigate.
BMX has been around since the early 70s, and the future of the sport looks unreal. More and more people have been entering jumping contests and riding into the local trails. We asked a couple of riders what their favorite trick was, and here's what they came up with.
I like them all pretty much, but I really like to do no-handed one-footers. They make me feel good. Gives me a good feeling about the surroundings.
I like a lot of the tricks. Tables are good and big 360s.
We asked your everyday person what they thought about BMX. This is what they had to say.
The BMXers around here, around Fort Orchard, man, they're crazy. It's seeing them do their stuff, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I think BMX and bike riding is pretty cool. They get some pretty high air there, but I don't know any of the tricks, so I think it's pretty cool when they crash too.
During the summer is the best time to ride, so dust off that bike and head out to the park. We leave you with a little footage from last summer.
How are we going to subside?
Well, how about that?
More and more these days, teens are going out into the community and getting jobs. For some, it's a way of earning some extra cash, but for a few lucky kids, it's an opportunity to get the training and some school credits. The Work Experience program provides students a chance to learn skills in the workplace for high school credit. This program has been around 15 years with over 30 sponsoring businesses. Mr. Elton Goodwin has been a part of the program 9 years and has a lot to say about it.
Well, I think it gives them an idea of working in the community. We're teaching them this skill so that they can go out there and, get paid.
Gail Sage has been in the program 1 trimester and works at the Gazebo Florist in downtown Port Orchard. When asked what she found enjoyable about the program, she said,
I think knowing that I'm getting experience and that it's helping me so I won't be as nervous the next time I actually get a paying job. She told me that I might get hired for the summer, so knowing that it's kind of inspiring. Especially when you get good comments, and she calls me wonderful a lot.
The program also gives the employer a chance to hire on a student permanently, which was the case for Aaron Robertson. Aaron has been in the program 3 years. He's been working at the local A&W for the past 2 years as a permanent part of the crew. Overall, the community has taken to the program very well. We hope to see it progress for many years to come.
Being that our clones are of lower intelligence, I bet you they wouldn't even pass the WASL.
That makes the perfect segue to our next story.
It looks like any other hardworking class here at SKHS, but this is not just any class. These students are taking the WASL. If you haven't heard of the WASL, here's what it's all about. WASL stands for Washington Assessment of Student Learning. All sophomores are required by state law to take it, and by the year 2008, passing the WASL will be a requirement for graduation.
So it's not a graduation requirement yet. Why should students be so concerned about doing well now? Several reasons. First of all, WASL scores are part of the student's permanent record, so that means jobs and scholarships can be affected by WASL scores. You don't want to sleepwalk through this baby.
Employers, colleges, and scholarship committees are really looking for this information. We now have 10th graders who are getting scores back. Those scores are being published, so the greater community is really looking at those scores.
The WASL test, which was given for the first time just last year, has been very controversial. In many schools across the state, less than a third of sophomores have passed it. But state officials are holding firm on this. They want to raise academic standards for all students. As it's given now, there are 7 test sections in the WASL, covering reading, writing, listening, and math. South sophomores will take the WASL this spring on April 24th through the 27th, for about 3 hours each day.
I asked a few juniors about their WASL experience last year and their advice for this year's sophomores.
There's nothing you can really do to prepare, just read through the questions really good and just look through it thoroughly.
When you're writing, you have to be really thorough. You can't just you can't sum it up in just a couple sentences. It's going to require a page, a paragraph, whenever you have to write something. It requires a lot of thought, and the more words you use, the better, actually.
And I think that was the hardest part, though, about the test, is that you had to explain how you actually came up with your answer and how you were thinking. So it was really hard.
So sophomores and future sophomores, there's no way around it. The WASL is here to stay, so be prepared to do your very best.
These scores will be with students forever. This is as important as SAT scores, ACT scores, GMAT scores. Those are something that, you're actually with the SAT and the ACT, you get another chance at it. This one you don't. Your scores are your scores, so it's real important that students step up the first time.
I figured out a way to stop them, but first we gotta find them. Let's take a break for some ads.
Good call.
It's the girl you like. Take no prisoners. Focus, focus.
Football is a fun sport, but it can't be done without these guys right here. Yep, referees. The Peninsula Football Officials Association is looking for dedicated citizens who love football and want to work with local teenagers. For more information, call 360-769-9327.
Dustin, use the remote.
Now that's what I call a sticky situation. No clones about it.
Don't hit the garbage can.
Hold on, don't go. And action. All right.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah, my car doesn't even go 100 miles an hour.
Guys, we got a big problem in the video production.
Is that good enough?
We gotta take a break now. Enjoy some ads. I wonder what this button does.
Oh, don't push it, dude.